Hi, it's Michael again with another Volvo. So unfortunately, the S70 that I reviewed in a prior video, which you probably should see in my feed, that car got totaled. Really bummed about that. That was such a nice example. It was a 2000 S70 non-turbo, was an SE model, and I was just driving and nobody hit me. Somehow I lost control of that car. I cannot explain what happened till date, but essentially the car got totaled, and really sad about that. I had intended possibly to sell that car, but when I started driving it, it was just magnificent. It was just a lovely car to drive, and I really had fun with it. And my intent was to keep it, but it was not meant to be. So, but I can say this, I walked away from that car without a scratch, so I can definitely testify to the safety of these cars. These cars are incredibly well built, and the fact that I walked away from a wreck like that, and if you go in my feed, you can probably see that that was absolutely incredible. And I put it down to my faith, as well as the fact that Volvo makes absolutely fantastic, safe cars. Anyway, so back to the topic at hand. Yes, I am a Volvo guy, so I've gone out and got another one. And I have another one coming along. What you're looking at now is a Volvo V70. This is a 2004 model. I will be having another video. There's another Volvo XC70, the third generation. What you see here, forgive the alarm, guys. What you see here is a 2004 V70 model with the 2.5T turbo engine. This car is kind of special, and I didn't realize it when I got it until I thought to myself, I said, you know what, it does look a little bit different. The body molding, even the wheels, and look at this. The back spoiler, tailgate spoiler, which is usually reserved for the R models. This one has it, and it's actually part of the car. It's not like this person just stuck it on the back of the tailgate. So this Volvo is actually a titanium edition, which per my research, I might be incorrect about this, but I think I've read up on the Volvo literature. There were only 500 of these models produced for the United States market in 2004. And what's different about them from the regular V70? Well, they do have that back rear spoiler, which makes it look a little bit like an R. The body moldings are a little different. It's got these kind of silver, almost chrome-like looking. I think this paint was a bit unique to this particular model. It does have these side mirrors, which automatically go in with the click of a switch on the console, and it does also have the headlights. They've got like a darker accent to them, so this is a little different, and if you ask me, I think a little special. And in the correct lighting, you really begin to see what a beautiful car it is. I think the paintwork on this is good. Obviously, there's some scuffs here. You can see at the back, prior owners getting a lot of luggage in and out. But it still looks great for a 2004 car. This car, to me, looks fantastic. And it might be another candidate for me keeping it. The tires are still in decent shape. There's a few blemishes on the car. I see a little slight dent here, little skirmish here on these tall lights, which I think is what's causing this condensation here as well. I do like the wheels on this model. The wheels are pretty nice. There's another little dent here. So yeah, there's a few It's not a brand new car. It is, again, not a young car, but I think it looks, for its age, it looks fantastic. There's absolutely no rust on this beautiful example. Let's take a look at the inside. Yeah, forgive my wallet there. Leather seats are still pretty much intact. The driver's side seat has a slight tear on there, but yeah, that's about all that there is. This car hasn't been, I have not detailed nor really cleaned it up yet, so it's definitely going to look a lot better once I've got a full detail. Oh, I love the clunk of this when these doors, these Volvo doors just sound and feel so solid. Back seats are still in pretty good condition. One disappointing thing for me with the V70s and possibly the XCs as well is there doesn't seem to be enough leg room for such a large. I guess what they did was they sacrificed the space in the rear. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. So they sacrificed the space in the rear for less leg room at the back, but you know, I think they could have done better in terms of making sure that there was enough legroom. This, again, this is an estate, so you would expect that they would have made enough accommodation for more legroom. A tall guy would seriously be uncomfortable at the back. Now, Volvo seats at the front are just excellent. They're some of the most comfortable seats that I have ever come across. This is the rear. I do like this. Gonna get this cleaned up again, but there's decent space in the rear, and again, the space becomes cavernous once you lay those back seats down. You can really carry a lot once you lay those seats down. Otherwise, the car drives fantastic. When I purchased this car, I did a Carfax on it. The service history came back impeccable. I mean, these people really looked after this car. Everything was taken care of. It's got 231,000 miles, which for Volvo is not really that much, especially if it's been taken care of. Now, the only thing that I know that would need to be done on this is it will definitely need a timing belt change, because it's at that point. I think the last timing belt was done at 125,000 miles. This car now has 230. So for Volvos, which are kind of sensitive to timing belts because they wear a little prematurely, from my research, this car is a definite candidate for that. May also be a candidate for the dreaded PCV issue that this era of Volvo's had. Now, I haven't done that test where you put the glove over and check to see if the glove gets sucked in or not. I'll probably do that this weekend and see if we have an issue with the PCV. So those are the two major things that I think. Oh, there is one other major thing. Service engine light comes on this car, the check engine light, and let's close the tailgate, and I'll show you guys what could be a major issue with this vehicle. All right, I'm gonna close the door. All right, MPG showing me the mileage fire. Okay, this is what happens. I have gotten a service engine light come on saying that there is a low oil pressure and to immediately turn the engine off. I've gotten that message intermittently within the last, I guess, week that I've had this vehicle. And in doing the research, I found out that it is, or rather could be, an issue. I just turned the car off, by the way. It could be a terminal issue, meaning it's an issue where the engine could possibly fail. And apparently what it is that while I'm talking, I'll give you a nice view of the fascia of this. If you're a Volvo fan, you probably know how nice these Volvo front fascia dashboards. I like them. They're nice and clean and very utilitarian, if you ask me. This is an automatic, of course. But coming back to that problem with the low oil pressure sensor, apparently it's either the seals on the oil pump, um, or maybe something else that possibly could be more serious, or something as basic as the oil pressure switch just needing to be replaced. But probably could be something where the seals need to be resealed or something else. So I'm still looking into that, and for that reason I really have not driven this car. I would dread having to replace the engine on this. Now, the XC70 that I will be previewing next week, I already got it. It's a 2008 model with a 3.2 inline 6-cylinder, and that vehicle has possibly a head gasket issue. So I might be needing some help from some of you Volvo experts out there on, I'm thinking whether to replace the engine on that one or get the head gasket fixed. Something tells me it might be better for me to replace the engine and go from there. But again, that's something that I guess, oh, I just noticed this on this. Okay, so these rubbers are worn out. See these? See how these are? Okay, I just noticed that on this. Huh. That's something new. I never noticed that. Okay, so those rubber moldings are worn out. And if I'm keeping this car, I will definitely need to do something about this. That's kind of strange. Never had this happen on my other Volvos. The S70 98 nor the 2000 didn't have those. Guys, you can see how this titanium edition really looks nice. It's not an R, but it does look the part. All right, here we are looking at the engine. Same 2.5, looks like all the other 2.5 turbo engines that I've previewed in the past. The 2000 S70 I had a real nice clean engine bay, so this this isn't as clean. However, it looks pretty good. I don't see any, I looked it over before I got it, didn't see any major seepage from anywhere. Went underneath the car, there's no rust. The oil looks pretty clean. Timing belt, in Europe they call it the cam belt. That's probably where, that's definitely going to have to be changed. So if I am keeping this car long term, I will change that, and even if I'm selling it, I'll make allowance for the fact that it will need to be done. Like to be an honest. And by the way, guys, I'm not a dealer. I'm just a guy who likes cars. It's a hobby of mine, and when I do buy them, I tend to be able to make some kind of a profit. Not a lot, enough to keep on buying and reselling without making too much of a loss. I have done some busts sometimes, but if anyone who's in the car game knows, that kind of comes with the territory. Again, with this era of Volvos, the transmission dipstick is somewhere down here. It's a yellow. It doesn't have the traditional automatic transmission dipstick that you would normally have. The 98 S70 I had a transmission dipstick at the back and the regular oil dipstick at the front. As from 2000 upwards, that kind of changed. And but you can still check it. It's just a little bit more difficult to locate the dipstick, but it is there and it can be checked. And please do not listen to what they say about the lifetime transmission fluid, because these are moving parts. That fluid does need to be changed, or else you will be out of a transmission, automatic transmission, and those are not cheap. Okay. All right. So again, that's that. The one thing I noticed, all the other Volvos I've had that have been well maintained had a date on the transmission on the cam belt or timing belt cover, which showed what date it was changed. I don't see anything like that on this one. So I might, because it has such detailed history, I might call the shop that's on the history report and see if they can let me know when it was changed. However, the Carfax history, Carfax is a biggie in the United States. I know there's other companies in Europe, but Carfax does say that the timing belt and water pump was changed at 125,000. This car now has 230,000. So I'm just going to play it safe and plan to change the timing belt. Otherwise, lovely car, and I think I will keep it only because it is a titanium edition, which is kind of special. There were only 500 of these imported into the United States. I think it looks really nice, especially when the sun's out and you can see the paintwork. And when this car is really done up, I'm going to fix this. And if anyone has any recommendations of what to do with this, I'm thinking, do I do a black paint on it or a silver paint on it? I'm thinking black might complement it, but that's not going to stay that way at all. Again, you see that's a V70 2.5T. It's got the nice alloy wheels. These are called, there's a name for these wheels. They are particular to this titanium model. They're not the regular wheels that you would get on the regular V70. As you can see, the body molding is a little different. This, of course, is fading out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'll change these to black, or keep them silver to keep the tone of the car. Again, any suggestions from you Volvo guys would be really welcome. But again, it's Michael, and hey guys, I'm growing this channel. I'm not a pro yet. I still use my phone to do these videos. I'm hoping to get a decent vlogging camera, hopefully over the holidays, so that I can do more professional videos on these cars. Again, like I said, I'm not a pro. I'm just starting out, but I love cars. I love Volvos. I've done some videos on my Jaguar, my Acura, and some other pretty interesting cars that are interesting to me, that where I see others have some kind of a following as well. I'm starting to really get into these Volvos because I think they're such great cars. And if you ask me, I think they're underappreciated cars as well. And I'm getting into these estates, these Volvo estates as well, because I think they are fantastic cars for utility and for doing what they do. So talk to you guys soon, and I'll be coming up pretty soon with that. Look out for that video that I'm going to do on the XC70 2008 model. Got it for a real good deal. I hope I don't lose money on it. I'm planning on probably putting, like I said earlier, putting a new engine in it rather than fixing the head gasket issue, because but again, someone said to me that if you fix the head gasket, you can also fix other things as well. So I don't know. The engine sounds on that car sounds excellent, but it's got the white puff smoke coming up from the back, and it's overheating. So those are telltale signs that there's a head gasket issue with that car. Now again, with this car, I do need suggestions. Like I said, the oil pressure warning light comes on intermittently. I don't want to joke around with that, even though the car runs fantastic and sounds great. I've been told that most likely it's the seals on the oil pump. Another person told me it's most likely sludge under the oil pan, to get that looked at. I have not taken this car in to really take a look at that, so I'll be doing that this weekend, and so I'll give you guys an update what I come up with. But would definitely like any suggestions as to if you guys have experienced this and what you've done when you experience it as well. Also, let me know what you think about what I should do about these rails. I'm not going to leave them like this, especially if I'm keeping the car. I want to know what color you guys think would work on that. Also, this tailgate at the back cover here, what color you guys think I should probably change that to. But otherwise, I'm not doing anything else in this car. I'm not modifying it. I'm just going to leave it as stock, especially if I keep it. And those are the only couple of things that I'll change, along with the maintenance items that I've just mentioned as well. Thanks guys, thanks for tuning in. And if you like the video, in spite of the fact that it is kind of amateurish, but I'm just starting out, like I said, subscribe, send me any comments in terms of improvements. And I love doing this. I think cars are just great, and I love the community of enthusiasts as well. Thanks guys, bye.